Galacticos, it's Clasico time. Are you guys ready? I hope so, because we sure are. Here's my starting 11 for this match. I want to see Keylor Navas in goal. In the center back, I want to see Pepe and Ramos. Out wide, I want to see Marcelo. And on the right, instead of Carvajal, I want to see Danilo for his physicality. In the center midfield, I'm going to go with Casemiro, also for his physicality, but also to take the defensive responsibilities away from Kroos and Modric, who I also want to see up top. And of course, the offense, I want to see the BBC.
Well, Galacticos, here are my changes. None. No changes. We agree in the lineup. We've been saying for the last week, I think these are the 11 players that need to play against Barcelona. This might be the team that is more in shape to face Barcelona right now. So let's talk about how Real Madrid or our players come to this game. How do you see that, Ashley?
How do I see these players coming into this match? Well, coming off of that FIFA break, some of the players did get some significant minutes, but I think that's okay. I think it's good to see those players getting time in the national team, coming back fit. And for example, Kroos, how many goals did he score? Two? I think it's good to see Kroos scoring goals, especially getting back into that offensive role that he likes to play. And so if we see Casemiro in that holding center mid position, I think it frees up Kroos to get into the more offensive play that he likes, that we like to see him in, creating, scoring goals, hopefully. Who else?
Yeah, well, Modric also played. Players who didn't go, but they didn't go because of this game, Bale. So I'm really excited to see Bale, Cristiano. Cristiano played both games. In the second game, he came off in the 60th minute, but he scored a goal. So Cristiano's ready, Benzema is ready, Bale is ready, Modric is ready. They're all ready.
Everyone's ready.
The only guy who we think is going to start this game, who went with the national team but didn't play a minute, is Danilo. But I think that shouldn't affect him.
No.
But I think a key thing, besides of how all these players come back from their national teams and good or bad experiences they had, is like, will they be able to translate all this into this collective mentality that we need to beat Barcelona?
Yes, I mean, that is the key. It's great that they played in the national team. Some of them had a lot of success. That's awesome, but coming back, can we play cohesively? And I think this is what we need, especially playing against Barcelona. We have to be super focused. We have to play as a team, because if we're not organized and playing offensively and defensively as a team, we're in trouble. And
I think from the emotional side, how did Real Madrid come to this game? We're looking for revenge.
Yes,
We're looking for revenge a little bit, because we've had that 4-0 right here some months ago,
hanging over our head.
Exactly, and it is a fact that Barcelona is a very strong team. They might beat us. They have the tools to beat us, but we want to beat them so badly, and I think we want to beat them more than what they want to beat us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they lose this match, they don't lose their lead in the league. If they lose this match, okay, maybe people can say, Real Madrid beat Barcelona, but to be fair, Barcelona's in great form and they haven't lost very many matches this entire season in Champions, in Copa del Rey, and in League. So I think Barcelona doesn't have much to lose. I think for us, this is a pride thing. Yeah. We need to go back and show that we are just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
Than Barca.
Talk about the game itself, or what we think is going to happen. We've been saying this for the last week. Keys, tactically and on the pitch. Number one is pressuring them up high, making them uncomfortable, bringing the ball out from the back. And, not many mysteries here.
No mysteries. I think what we can't do is sit back and let Barcelona play. Like you were saying, we need to pressure up high, cause turnovers. We can't let them find Busquets, because Busquets is a key part of starting their offense.
That is true.
If we can take Busquets out of this equation, have them directly play from Piqué or Mascherano or Mathieu if he starts, which would be ideal.
Well, actually, Mathieu is injured. Sadly for us, or we're not going to be that lucky. But anyway, I do think pressuring up high, like breaking that momentum they build when they start moving the ball around. That's number one. Number two, I think it's focus, of course, but also driving the game to a more physical aspect where we're stronger than them. Especially, in set pieces, corner kicks. And in general, when the game is not that fluid for Barcelona, I think we can take advantage of that.
We can disrupt their style of play. Like you said, put some muscle in there. I mean, I highly doubt that Jordi Alba can cover Gareth Bale. If you go physically 1v1.
Yeah, and I think the last thing for us to really be able to beat them is we're going to have chances. We always have chances.
Yes.
We just need to be 150% focused and put them in.
Yeah.
Because in how many matches we've seen Barcelona beat us, when it was 0-0 at the 10th minute or 15th minute, like we had a clear chance that we couldn't materialize, and then the game kind of turned around.
Right.
But I think those are the keys, pressuring up high, being focused, being physical, and being sharp in front of the goal.
Especially in front of the goal. I mean, it takes one opportunity, one goal to change the game.
Exactly.
So I think that if we are on our heels waiting for them, if we're not focused, any mistake in defense where lack of concentration, I think can really mess us up. If we give Messi space to create and play,
yeah,
it's very dangerous.
we've seen what happens.
Yeah, we know what happens.
Before we go with the prediction, I just want to say for all of you Galacticos out there in the world, I know this is a very important game. We're all like invested emotionally in it, but if we lose, it's an option. It's an option. If we lose, do not come down, Galacticos. This doesn't mean that if we lose, that everything is over, that we're not going to be able to beat the other teams in Champions League, because it's true. Barcelona is Barcelona. If we can't beat Barcelona, that doesn't mean we can't beat Bayern Munich or Man City or PSG.
No.
So, Galacticos, if we happen to lose, hang in there. Hang in there.
I like that positivity.
Yeah. And prediction, I think 2-1 for Real Madrid.
2-1 for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 1-0 for Real Madrid. They're going to hold them off in the first half, a late second half goal.
So whatever happens, Galacticos, 1-0, 2-1, or 10-0, whatever happens, we hope it's a good game for us. And, hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and we'll see you for the Clasico.